Hi. Well, last time we left off, the Israelites were kind of feeling the heat a little bit. The Egyptians really didn't like them a lot, but they liked the work that they did. They were building up Egypt pretty good for them, but they didn't get along well, and so um, the Pharaoh hired taskmasters to make sure they just kept their nose to the grindstone and kept working like crazy. And it was getting really, really rough. And they really didn't like the Israelites at all, but they liked using them for slaves. That's kind of what they turned into. And finally, the Pharaoh got so upset with them all because they were just so big in numbers that he made a decree that all the new baby boys that were born had to be thrown into the river. Oh, what an awful decree. And this started happening. And the scriptures tell us it was like Rachel weeping for her children. And she was dead, but they were an offspring. And so anyway, the baby's mother had an idea. She had a brand new baby, but she had an idea. It was a boy, and she didn't want it thrown into the Nile River. So she made a really neat little basket for it out of some cattails down by the river, and she wove them together and made this really neat basket. And then she lined it with pitch inside so it would float real good and not leak. Oh, she made it secure. And then she put a soft bed inside for the little baby, her new little baby boy. And she also had a little girl that was a little older than the baby, and her name was Miriam. Anyway, the mother completed this little basket, and she said, "They're not going to kill my little boy. I'm not going to let them touch him." So she made this basket, and she put it in amongst the cattails in the river. Why am I standing up? I don't know. Amongst the cattails in the river. And it floated really well. And little Miriam, the baby's big sister, she said, "I'll keep an eye on him, Mama, for a while and see what happens." And so she was like playing along in the mud there and stuff. And then she heard some voices, women's voices. And she was near the Pharaoh's palace. And she could hear the voices, and so she kind of ducked down to hide a little bit. And here comes the Pharaoh's daughter, the princess, and she had some other girls with her, and they were playing in the water there and swimming and stuff. And all of a sudden, Miriam heard the princess say, "Everybody be quiet. Shh, shut up. I hear something." And she said, "It sounds like a baby." And they said, "Oh, you got to be kidding. There's no baby down here." She said, "No, listen." And so she followed the noise, the crying. And here was this little basket. It was floating in the cattails. She opened up, she said, "My goodness, it's a baby. It's a little guy. Oh, is he ever cute? And he looks newborn." And well, Miriam was along the bank and playing in the mud with her bare feet and stuff. And she said, "Oh, what'd you find, lady?" And she said, "Oh, I found this little newborn baby boy. Oh, isn't he precious?" And she said, "Oh, yeah, he's cute. Hey, if you want, I know a lady that can nurse him for you if you want." And the Pharaoh's daughter thought, "Well, that's an excellent idea. I like that." And so Miriam ran home and got her mother and brought her back. And the mother said that she would care for the baby, and she cared for him in her own house for 3 months until he was old enough to eat Gerber Jr. baby food or something like that. And so she had her own little boy back for 3 months, and not only that, the princess wanted to adopt him as her very own. And the princess said he's going to have the very best, and she said, I'm naming him Moses because I drew him out of the water. And the word Moses means to draw unto yourself. Something you want, you draw it unto yourself. And so that's how Moses got his name. And we're going to leave it off there for right now. Bye-bye.